Step into the super crowd, where dreams take flight. Learn to invest like a pro, make your future bright. Impact investing, changing the game. Crowdfund the world, it'll never be the same. Super Crowd Hour, come join the ride. Change the world with us, we're on your side.
Welcome to the Super Crowd Hour. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and we are so fortunate today. If you are interested in raising money from the crowd, one of the essential tools, the thing you've got to learn is how to communicate, how to motivate, how to connect with your audience, and content marketing is such an important part of that, video content especially. And we have an award-winning expert, Gene Massey, Chairman and CEO of MediaShares here today, and he is going to share the secrets for creating great content to attract investors. This is an essential, can't miss event. Stick around. This is going to empower and enable you to raise more money more quickly. You do not want to miss it. I'm so excited. I've got to just walk you through a couple of introductory things here as we get started. I want to acknowledge and recognize and thank our producer, Chandan Saha. He's an amazing guy. Give us a wave, Chandan. Everyone can see you there. Give us a wave. Thank you. And I want to just note, we talk a little bit about money today. We're not financial advisors. Don't base your actions on what we're doing without talking to professionals. Here at the Super Crowd, we are building a movement, and part of that movement is actually getting people to invest their money. We have a club, the Impact Cherub Club. Think small angel investors, and we focus on investing for impact. We have monthly meetings on the third Tuesday of each month at 1 Eastern. We welcome you to join us. Visit impactcherub.com to learn more. I want to also invite you to subscribe to our newsletter. So join the Super Crowd at Superpowers for Good. That's where our newsletter is. We would love to have you. We've got just gobs and gobs of content, daily content coming out. You also have the option to get just our weekly recap that Chandan produces for us each week on Saturdays. I want to invite you to read my book. You're welcome to do that. My book is available to you for free. Read the book, Learn How to Make Money with Impact Crowdfunding. Just visit 4sc.fund/ebook free. And now let me go on. And we also have another book. If you are interested in raising capital from the crowd, it's hard work, but I've got some tips to help you do it step by step with help from AI so that you can do it faster and more easily. Visit 4sc.fund/CMS free or scan that QR code. And now let me just give you a quick introduction here. Before I introduce Gene, I've got to just share a quick homage to our great sponsors who make this work possible. Give us a moment. Digital Niche Agency is the top investor acquisition agency. DNA has helped founders raise over 9 figures via regulated investment crowdfunding with a 3-pronged strategy using digital advertising, content marketing, and strategic outreach. You can't argue with success, but you can learn from it. Put the best to work for you. Book a call today.
Proactive Impact Fund creates social impact through real estate, and you can invest. Learn more at proactiveimpactfund.com. Start today. Brian Christie and his team bring strategic innovation to crowdfunding. Scan the QR code to learn more about Crowdfund Holdings innovators now.
We are grateful for meaningful support from the American Independent Business Alliance, Ridgecrest Herbals, Move the Needle with Rob Kaplan, and Rotary International.
We appreciate our co-hosts. All righty, now I am so excited to introduce Gene. Gene has become a dear friend, a trusted advisor, and we're just thrilled to have him speak today. I want to note, too, that he'll be speaking at SuperCrowd LA in 2 weeks. We're excited to have him there. So if you love what you hear today, I encourage you to check out SuperCrowd LA. You can watch that online or join us in Santa Monica, May 1st through 3rd. Gene is the CEO of MediaShares, a video marketing expert and a crowdfunding strategist. He's a frequent Wall Street speaker. He helps companies raise capital using Reg D, Reg CF, and Reg A+. Gene's award-winning content has reached millions, driving investor engagement across platforms like Start Engine, Republic, and WeFunder. Gene is the real deal, and we're excited to have him with us today. So with that, I will turn the time over to Gene. Gene, take it away.
Well, thank you, Devin. Very grateful to be here today. And I think you're a born announcer. You should be like network TV or something. And
Well, I'm just excited to have you on the show, my friend.
You really have a knack for it. The most important thing about content that you market with is it needs to do two things. It needs to say something quickly to make people watch the rest. I think Microsoft says you've got 8 seconds. I think maybe less, because I see videos and material all the time that comes into my email box or comes on my internet screen, and it's going to take too much time to absorb it, so I don't look at it. So you must have something that initially grabs somebody to make them want to watch the rest. Otherwise, you won't get your mission across. You won't get your message across. So that's the first thing that you want to try to do, is have something that's especially an investment, because every investor has investments already on his desk. Every accredited investor has a number of things to choose from. So to get them to read your material or watch your video or look at your email or whatever, you need to have something that makes them want to continue to watch it. So entertainment, I call it advertainment, because you want to have advertising that's entertaining or has something unique about it where people will want to watch the rest of it in order to get your message across. So, in my past, I did TV commercials for years. I was a TV commercial director. I still do some TV commercials. I'm a member of the Directors Guild of America. And most of my TV commercials, you learn to tell a story in 30 seconds. And because the time is expensive. I see investment videos now. Some of them are 10 minutes long, and I don't think people are going to watch all of that. So you really need to be able to say your message in a minute or two, and then get them involved. The video that you make is more of a trailer than it is to tell your entire life story or every aspect of your investment opportunity. It's a trailer to get them to learn more. The joke about what's the purpose of a meeting with a venture capitalist? To get another meeting. And it's the same with videos. You want to have something that makes them want to know more about you, just enough to make them want to learn more. When you get them to your landing page, you can tell them more. But in the initial video, it's a trailer, basically. You don't have to tell everything, every aspect about it. I tell people that trailer should do three things in a very encapsulated, condensed form. It should do three things. Number one, how do I not lose my money in your investment? That's the first question. How do I not lose my money? The second question is, since this is an early stage company, it's not IBM or Google, you're early stage, and maybe you have some revenues, maybe you don't even have revenues. Since it's an early stage company, how do I have the possibility of a big return, a multiple return, or you can get 20-25% on a real estate investment, which is pretty solid. You got an apartment building, it makes some rents, and you're going to get 25%. Okay, so your deal is a startup. How do I make a multiple of my investment? Is this something that has the potential to do that? That's the second question. Does this your opportunity have a great potential? And then number three, when do I get my money back? And everybody says, well, either an IPO or an acquisition. Oh, really? Well, tell me more. When is that IPO or that acquisition going to happen? So those three things should be in your 1-minute trailer about your business. So that's very, very important. Now, I'm going to show you some things that are not necessarily about investments, but it shows you how you can put a touch of humor into your message. It's just, that's the only purpose of this. These are not investments. These first two things that I'll show you are not really investments, but it will give you an idea of how you bury your message in something that's really interesting. So let me see if I can show this for you. The first thing is a video, and I'm not sure how to work all this, so please forgive me if I don't make it right. I'm going to open up this to full screen, and I'm going to play it. Hopefully I'm playing the sound too.
It's because of this classified ad you took out in the Independent.
It's 3 a.m. in Casablanca. What time is it in Long Beach? Of all the gin joints in all the towns all over the world, she has to come to mine.
Oh, Mr. Rick, you know why she's coming to see you. It's because of this classified ad you took out in the Independent Press Telegram.
Sure, Sam, but she could have bought a car, or looked for a dog, or gone to a garage sale, but no. All the classified ads and all the Independent Press Telegrams, she has to read mine.
Oh, Mr. Rick, let's go home.
No, Sam.
So, Devin, are we having sound?
Yeah, you are. You're doing great. You're doing great. It's working perfectly.
Waiting for a lady. I thought I told you never to play that.
I've come to.
You don't have to say it, sweetheart. I can see it in your eyes.
I must tell you, I'm going to buy your piano.
Sam, you can say it for her, you can say it for me. Say it again, Sam.
Independent Press Telegram. Classified ads.
Now, this was a commercial to play in movie theaters. And it was designed to play in a place where people did not want to watch a commercial. So we had to make this into, we made fun of Casablanca, calling this ad for a classified section of the newspaper, Casablanca. And it gave us the opportunity to tell their story in a movie theater, where we did it in such a way where people did not get mad about watching a commercial. That was very important, and that we call that sort of thing advertainment. Now I'm going to show you another one, which is for a commercial product that we did for Callaway Golf, and I think you'll get a kick out of this.
Your way again, Al.
Don't call me Al. You stay there.
Touring pros are all alike.
No problem, Johnny. I got my new Tuttle too.
Nice putt, Alice.
Callaway, how golf should feel.
So we make a joke and sell a product by making it entertainment. That one was one of the ones that won a Telly Award. But let's go back now and talk about a few other things, and that is the types of video content for your raise. You've got a video that would be on your offering page. You've got a video that would play in your social media video ads like Instagram. You can use the video in the webinars and live Q&A sessions, and also you can use it in your emails. So I want to show you one now that you could use on all those things, and it is an investment opportunity. And so let's take a look at one that would be used for an investment. And are we still okay, Devin?
Are you wanting to share on your website or your PowerPoint?
Well, I have a video up and I started playing it. Did you hear it?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it from your website or your PowerPoint?
It's from the website.
Okay, so we need to close the last video. The last video didn't close. That's what we're seeing is the tail end of the last video, the golf video.
Okay. Well, I'm on. Maybe if I stop sharing and start again.
Yeah, try that.
I'll stop sharing. Okay. And then I will start again.
Yeah, be sure to do the tab and then turn the audio on so we can hear that audio. That's all important.
I'll stop sharing. And then I better come back to this. Okay, share screen, home tab, video production, MediaShares, share tab audio. Okay, so are we okay now?
No, the screen is still capturing the tail end of your last video.
The mission of medical.
Hide that.
Okay,
Are you sharing video from the same page? Because I've got that page up. Let me share you that page from my screen. Well, we got this. We got this. There's no problem. We got this. Just tell me which video you want me to play, and I'll play it.
Okay. Let's scroll down till you see. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, we got this.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. That one with the man in the blue. No, back.
This one?
No.
All right.
No, the one before that. That one. Right there. Yeah, play that one and make it full screen. There you go.
Hello, I'm Bill Smith, CEO of Infinity Fuel Cell and Hydrogen. Our company addresses the $400 billion commercial space market. We've had revenues of over $50 million from clients like NASA, the U.S. Navy, the Air Force, and other major manufacturers. We go where there is no air, but where an energy source is vitally needed. Our products were recently tested aboard a Blue Origin New Shepard spaceflight. Our products also go underwater, where our fuel cells can provide electricity better than batteries on board submarines and submersible drones. We also make green hydrogen that may eventually replace batteries for storing energy collected from solar. Green hydrogen will soon be powering aircraft. We have major contracts in the pipeline We expect even more growth in the future. We have just filed for our ticker symbol to list on the NASDAQ. You're welcome to join us and share in our success.
Okay. Now, can you hear me, Devin?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if you could go back
Hey,
and put that video up again.
I'm still trying.
Put that same video up again.
You want the same video, the hydrogen video?
Yeah, the one you just saw. Put that up again because I want to talk about it.
Okay. I will try to do that. Give me just a second. We'll get it.
There you go. Okay. If you can put that up and then
Hello,
let
I'm
it
Bill Smith, CEO of
Okay.
stop
What do you
it
want
on
to
the
show us?
stop it on the outer space shot. The outer space shot. Right there. Yeah, stop it right there. Okay. First of all, this was done on Zoom. You can actually, they didn't, to save money, first of all, everybody's concerned about the costs. To save money from flying me to Connecticut to shoot their video, we did this on Zoom. If you go back to him 1 second there, just back it up a little bit to show the guy again. Yeah, right there. Okay. This is actually we did it on Livestorm because Livestorm has a resolution of 1920 by 1080. So it's actually good enough resolution to do it on Zoom, in a Zoom type call, even though it's on Livestorm. Livestorm's $100 a month, whereas the Zoom's like $17 a month. So it's more expensive, but it has a higher resolution. So we recorded Bill on Livestorm. Well, how do you show the products and things? Well, we now you go down to the next shot of the space where you see the outer space. Okay, that's good. This is stock footage. I go on iStock.com and I get all of the shots that you saw in here, or some of them are from their products, but mostly from stock footage. So you can take a video and actually make it on Zoom with the client and then put in these shots that you find on stock footage. If you go down, you can see green hydrogen, different things, windmills, and you'll see the Blue Origin taking off, things like that. So you can actually create, there you go, you can actually create a good looking commercial with high production values on Zoom and then stock footage. You got submarine here, you got a submarine there. Look, this is the stock footage. This, by the way, that's a computer generated submarine. This is a stock footage shot. And so you can actually make a video with very high production values on Zoom. This whole thing would cost you a couple of $100 because you can do it on Zoom and put these shots in. And now I even had on the screen, Bill had my copy. You can get the, what do you call the thing when you read your when the president do something, he reads off
The
screen.
teleprompter.
Teleprompter.
Yeah.
This is a computerized teleprompter that's on the Zoom screen that he reads. If you're concerned about the copy, you can get the copy legally approved ahead of time, and you can put him on a Zoom call reading from the screen on a computerized teleprompter, and then cut in these other shots. Now, there is a little editing involved, obviously, but this is a way to do this is 1 minute long. It tells his whole story. It gives you a nice summary of the company, and it takes you to their landing page where you have the real material. So the whole thing here is tell me as much as you possibly can in 1 minute or 2 minutes max, and then take me to the landing page. This is a very good way to do it very cheaply. If you don't have the money to go there and shoot the factory and spend a day there and fly a crew there and all that stuff. So this is one way you can really save some money. Now, I'd like to go down on that page and show you a commercial completely made with stock footage as an investment for a publicly traded company that we did. So can you get rid of this one and go down a little bit? I'll tell you when. Right there. Back up. The guy in the hospital. Right there. Now, let me tell you about this before you see it. This was a staffing company. They are an HR company. They hire people. They hire teams and get people jobs. So as a staffing company, they didn't have any video. They didn't have so much as a logo. They didn't have anything. We made this commercial, this video you're going to see. It's entirely made from stock footage. Every shot is stock footage. And the production values, we want you to look at the production values. The quality of the shots are so good, it would have cost a fortune to get this kind of material. So let's play it and play it full screen so they can see it.
The mission of medical teams is to save lives. Each team member has this goal in mind: to heal. These teams all have one thing in common: they care. They use technology in marvelous new ways to serve. At Futurist, we are a staffing company that builds great teams, and we search the world to find them. We grow by acquiring more staffing and technology companies, like Insigma and Health HR, our new medical staffing companies. And we've grown 300% in the last year. Futurist will continue to grow. We are the future of human capital management. You are welcome to invest in us and share in our success.
Okay. What's interesting about that is there's not a single shot in there that was not stock footage. If we had gone out and shot those things, if we'd gotten permission from some hospital somewhere to go in and get those kinds of shots, and then we sent a crew out to get that, it would have cost a fortune. So you can take a company, and this is not a big secret that I'm telling you, because a lot of people are using stock footage in their videos now. The secret here is the picking of the shots, because I did a series of videos for them that's, by the way, now on their OTC page. If you go to FTRS on the OTC and you go down the bottom of the page, you'll see 4 videos, which gives them an extraordinary look of quality by having this type of video on there with the high production values, which in reality are just stock footage. So that's one thing that's very important, that you find this kind of material. You can go on iStock.com and you can get 10 of these shots of 4K video. You can get 10 of these shots for $200. And so, most videos don't have more than 10 shots like that in it. So for $200, you can have the production value of $100,000. I, for years, shot $100,000 commercials. And I was just blown away by what you can get now on these with stock footage. Now, Devin, if we could go to emails on our MediaShares website. If you have a way to do that, where you go back to the top of the thing, and then you can go. I guess you can go to the home page, and then go down to the button that says emails. Go back to the home page. Yeah, there you go. And then scroll,
Okay.
and you'll see videos there. I mean, you'll see emails if you scroll down.
Did I pass it? Email marketing?
Yes. And then if you scroll down, you'll see a bunch of links down below. Scroll down a little bit. Examples. Okay, there you go. Click on one of those examples of emails. Okay, here's one. And if you notice that you can put the video in the email, you can embed the videos in the emails. And you can put, these are stock footage shots from the company itself. There's another one, though, that I would love to show you. Go back to one of the other emails if you can. This is a pretty typical one. Okay, let's go back to the next one. See if there's another one in there. I was looking for one in particular. Maybe I have uploaded it. Try the bottom one. See what that is. No, they're all the same. Okay. Well, anyway, you can take these videos and you can put them in your emails. And you can also, when you do a webinar, you can take the webinar and put it in your email. Now, here's a little secret. The marketing that you do for the webinar can be every bit as important as the webinar itself, because most of the clients that we've gotten, we got because of a announcement of a webinar or something. You know, I mean, you send out the email announcing the webinar. Most people, not most people, but a lot of people don't come to the live broadcast. They will save it for later, or they'll watch it on the recording later. So the marketing that you do for the email, the marketing that you do in the email for the webinar is every bit as important as the webinar itself, because you can embed things in it. For example, this video that went out today to announce our webinar today had information in it about me and about MediaShares, and people see that, and it's almost as important as the webinar itself. And then they get the webinar, and then they can save it as a recording and watch it later. Then you can send out an announcement about the recording. So that is probably one of the most interesting things you can do, most valuable things you can do. So do we have any questions yet?
I have questions. So let me ask you some questions. You know, you really have some powerful insights and your awards. Let's talk a little bit about your awards, because I want to just make sure that as we're talking, as you're sharing, that people appreciate what a big deal you are. Tell us about your awards.
Well, we've gotten 5, and I must admit, most of these awards have been for TV commercials in the past. But we just got a Telly Award for that video you saw with the medical teams. And that was our 5th Telly Award. And we've done things like that in the past. You know, we got a Clio for one we did for Epson Computers. We won New York Festival. We got several awards from the World Fest. We won the Hamburg one year for a commercial we did for a bank. So we've got a lot of experience in video, and it's very valuable in this money raising business to be able to make good videos. But I don't like to talk too much about all the awards I've won because it makes me look like a big ego. So I'm only and I'm not. There's a lot of people with awards. It really doesn't mean much. What matters is, does it help you reach investors? And like I said earlier, if you make something that makes them want to watch, that's the key to everything. Making something that's entertaining or captivating, something about it that makes people want to watch. That's the first thing, and you've got to get their attention, and then make your message short and quick, and have all the necessary elements to it, so that you can get the idea across for your investment quickly.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I think you know how to do, I was just saying to my wife the other day, golly, I think the technology must exist or will soon exist to allow you to take old or bad footage and sharpen it to make it look better. Is there a tool that you know how to use that can do that?
Yes, there is, and we just did that with a video for a fellow in Texas. He's an oil man, and we did a Zoom with him, and we used something called HitPaw, HITPAW. Why they call it that, I have no idea, but that's what they call it. It's expensive. Yeah, that's it right there. You can put that one up. Do I have it here? Maybe I've got it in my thing. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Can you see my PowerPoint? Can you see my PowerPoint? I don't hear you, Devin. I do not hear Devin.
So it's on the screen there, Gene.
Yeah.
Everyone can see it now.
Okay. This is an example of on the left, what it looks like when you've done it on Zoom, and on the right, what it looks like when let me see if I make it full screen here. You can see a little bit better full screen, but you can see how it sharpens it. It's amazing. You can take an old video and make it so much better by using this device called HitPaw. And there's a link to it over there, hitpaw.com. You can just go to hitpaw.com and it'll show you what to do, how it works. But that's a very good example. I'm glad you pointed that out, because I've used that in the Zooms that we've done with people. Zoom is not as sharp. This was an actual Zoom. It was not Livestorm, and it was pretty darn fuzzy. And I was even amazed at how sharp it ended up. And we did the same thing that we did with Bill, with Andy here. We sharpened it up, and then we put in stock footage of different oil rigs and things like that. So it was the same principle. These are very inexpensive to do. I didn't have to go to Texas to film this. So that can really save you a lot of trouble. What else?
Yeah, so that is amazing. That HitPaw, HITPAW.com, really an amazing resource for. I mean, that's just it's getting poor video is so common. Turning it into sharp, clear video, priceless. That's tremendous. I want to invite everyone to feel free to submit questions at s4g.biz/question, or just submit your questions. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, you can just submit your questions in the comments there. So we'd love to have your questions and feedback. And if you use the question tool, you can use that after we're done, after we're live. You can submit a question there, and we'll pass that question along to Gene. And if Gene's got time, in 2 days, in a week, even if that's when you're watching it, 6 months from now, a year from now, you can ask Gene a question, and we'll pass it along. And fingers crossed, Gene will have time to respond even then. So feel free to use that tool, whether you're watching live or in the a replay. Here's a question. Great question. How often should I be posting or sharing content during a crowdfunding campaign to keep investors engaged without overwhelming them? Great question. Gene, what's your take?
Well, I think your budget is going to control that better than anything because the ads will cost you. So what you do is, and this is the single most important thing, if you take one thing from this today that you need to test, you cut several different versions of your videos and make little tests. And you spend $500 instead of $50,000, and you spend $1,000 instead of $10,000, and you make a video and you test it, and you test it in the different ways through Facebook, Instagram, and put a little bit of money on it, and then you look at the analytics. Most marketing companies will give you time every week to look at your analytics to show you how well that you did with your ads. So you won't run it too much unless it pays. Now, what you do is after you test, you see what works. And if something works, you pour money into it. And you cannot do it too much. It'll only be determined by how much you want to spend. And the reason you can't do it too much is people invest more after they've seen something several times. I've heard 7 times before somebody buys something. Before they make an investment, they want to have been contacted 7 times on something. So you can't really advertise too much because people, now, if it's a text that you're sending them, they won't like that, a bunch of those. But an ad, especially if it's a good ad, if it's entertaining. You've seen ads that you think are funny and that are entertaining and that are enjoyable to watch. Very seldom do you see those too much. So 2 things. You run a lot of ads, a lot of times, but only after they test well. If they test well, you pour money into it. And if they don't test well, sometimes we work as a consulting firm. A company has engaged a marketing company and they're not getting what they were expecting. And so they bring us in as a consultant and we change their content, their creative content, to try to get a better result. We also work for free sometimes. You just want to call us up and say, hey, we've got a question here. This is not working. We'll give somebody free 15 minutes anytime. And we like that. We like to help people. We don't have to make money on everything that we do. We like to help people because it helps the industry. If you have,
and I think, Gene, I think you really mean that. I know you well enough to know you're not just blowing smoke up our skirts. You really want to help. Yeah, that's your nature, and I really appreciate that. We've got a great question that just came in from Jason Castillo. He wants to know what kind of content works best to catch an investor's attention in the first 10 seconds. You talked a little bit about that. Let's go deeper.
Well, that's like saying, what's the best sandwich? It's a tough question. What's the tastiest food? It's like, well, it depends. It does depend on what's the thing you're trying to get investments for. If you're trying to get investments for working with a company right now, the gentleman has oil wells in Texas. So, okay. So the first thing people would want to know is, well, how much oil does it make? So you want to approach it with something that immediately grabs their attention. And let's not forget that every investor has a sweet spot. I've had people say to me, "This ain't one of them crypto things, is it?" And yet there are people that like crypto. And some people think real estate is boring and they want to be in technology. So nearly every investor has a sweet spot. It's something they know, or it's something they made money in before. So it's very important that you address certain things. Now, the targeting is important, because if you target investors that are interested in real estate, then you're going to do better. And so you're not going to waste your ads. You're not going to waste your ads spend if you target well. And that is something that you'll find in your lookalike audience. You'll go out to people that you know are interested in that particular subject. But what would capture people's attention? If you have targeted well and you can get your message across quickly. For example, in a real estate, we have an offering on real estate in a multifamily apartment building that returns 25%. I just said that in one sentence. And if you can say that in the first sentence in your real estate ad, then you're more likely to to get them to watch the rest of it. Oh, it's multifamily. I know what that is. That's a good buy, and it returns 25%. Okay, well, I'll take that, and then they'll want to know more about it. So if you target and you reach out to people that that are interested in GPUs and NVIDIA or something, and you say right away, we've got a new GPU that outclasses NVIDIA, and it's going to return a 50% return or something. Whatever your message is, if you target well and you say it right away, an apartment building that returns 25% per year. Okay, where do I sign? And then you want to read the rest of it. So to answer your question, you would say, show me something, tell me quickly what you have in the first sentence. A lot of times people will talk about the problem. I use an example of a flat tire. Someone has a device, let's say, to fix flat tires. Very quickly, you just go up and stick it on the little thing on the flat tire, and it blows it up and it fixes it right away. Okay. So people will say, how many flat tires are there in America? How much big a business it is? Okay, it's going to be, a $1 billion business fixing flat tires. Okay. They'll go on for 5 minutes on that. Just tell me it's something that fixes flat tires. I know flat tires are a big problem. So don't waste your time telling me what a big problem it is. Tell me what you got. We've got this thing here. You put it on the tire and it blows it up and fixes it. Oh, okay. Right away, you can see it's worthwhile watching the rest. How does it do that? Oh, okay. And we've already sold 10,000 of these, and so we need some money to sell 100,000. Okay. You see, that's the secret to this. Tell me quick. What have you got? I have a story I tell all the time to people. I got an appointment with a billionaire investor. A friend of mine said, well, he's going to be playing tennis. He's at the club. They're willing to talk to you. You go out there and you wait for him in this room. He's going to come in and see what you got. Okay. So I went there, waited for him, and sitting at the table. He comes in wearing his tennis shorts and everything. He walks over, and before his elbows hit the table, he said, okay, what do you got for me? He didn't say hello. He didn't say nice to meet you, anything like that. He came in, and before his elbows hit the table, he said, okay, what do you got for me? And that's the thing you want to put in the back of your mind, that everyone that you're reaching out to already has cognitive load. Their brain is already full. They're already busy. I'm waiting. I got an email here. I got a call coming up. I'm trying to type this email, and I'm so busy. And you want to sell me something? Let me see if I understand this. You want me to give you my money? Then you better tell me, what do you got for me?
Yeah. So, Gene, you prepared this great outline for a the video that goes on your offering page, the kind of that first introductory video. And it seems to me this is a pretty powerful continuation, natural continuation of that discussion we've been having, right? How do you get their attention? Well, then once you've got that attention, there's a logical flow to this, and you are kind of alluding to that, but this outline seems to me to be exactly what we need to focus on as we're making these compelling investment videos. Walk us through this outline and how it works.
Well, first of all, it shouldn't be more than 3 minutes. And there's a joke in Hollywood: never tell a story in an hour that you can tell in 20 minutes. And it's the same in this field. Don't tell me something in 3 minutes that you could tell me in a minute. So make it short would be the first thing that I would say. Like I said, we got a real estate deal that returns 25%. Oh, okay. Don't tell me first where some real estate development is. You know, I've got a friend now who's doing an oil deal, and he's got all of this stuff about all the different land and where it is and everything. No, I want to know you got some oil, and it produces oil. They got some wells there, and they're making oil. Okay, tell me that. We've got a bunch of wells here, and they're going to make this amount of money. Okay, tell me that right away. So that's the issue that you're solving. You know, we're building a multifamily unit that's going to return 25%. Okay. Why now? Why now is because this particular area is they're short of homes. It's an area that there's not enough housing. Oh, okay. You want to talk about the economics in this multifamily unit that we're building? The rents are going to be less. Oh, and yet we have a way to make it very efficient when we build it. We're making it out of new materials. It may allow us to make higher quality building at less. So we've got some advantage like that. Talk about that. And now the one thing that you have to do in every single ad that you do, whether it's an email, a video, a webinar, anything that you do is designed to market. You have to have Marketing 101. They will tell you the last thing that you have to do is call to action. Click here to know more. Call here. Send us an email here. Put your email here. You have to have a call to action at the end of everything that's very clear. So you've given all this information. You've told what a wonderful deal is, and by the way, here's who you can talk to, and here's the address, the email address, or where to click, whatever.
That's fantastic. We have time just really to address one last issue, Gene, and so let's talk a little bit about scale. The reality is whether you're raising $25,000 for your food truck, or you're raising $2.5 million for your tech startup, you need a good video as a part of that. But it seems to me that part of your message is creating more video to add to the marketing campaign along the way becomes important, especially for those larger raises where you've got some money. How much of your ad budget would you allocate, and how do you think about that in terms of the production of great video ads?
Well, in the past, we've made TV commercials for $150,000 for a 30-second spot. And we've also made videos for an investment for $200. So we're very, very flexible in what a client needs. Obviously, we want to do something you have to do something that's good enough to show that you're a successful company. So there's nothing more important than that. You want to spend enough money to show someone that you really have something. You're a great company and everything about you is investable and will produce a profit. All of those things are extremely important in the quality of your video. And so we don't want to make anything that's not good. We sometimes turn down jobs because they just don't have the budget for it. But we will try to help them. We'll give them some advice anyway. Tell them what they should probably do.
Yeah. Well, Gene, I want to thank you so much. What a powerful session today. My gosh, learn from the master. It's just been a really great opportunity to sit with you and to learn, how people can raise more money with compelling video. You gave us some great secrets for how we can apply this and save money. It's really fabulous. Now, I want to remind people you're going to be speaking at Super Crowd LA. We're thrilled to have you. It's going to be a great, great opportunity. Gene, you've done a lot to help us organize. Tell us a little bit about why you have been so committed to and why you've been so supportive of Super Crowd LA.
Listen, I love crowdfunding because I think it's the future. I think the time will come when the idea of going to a VC's office or an angel, having a meeting with an angel is like going door to door with vacuum cleaners. It's all going to be online eventually, I think. Every deal will be online. And the idea of flying to the Silicon Valley to meet with a venture capitalist, which I did early on years ago, and go to the expense of renting a car, an airplane ticket, maybe even a hotel, and to go all the way up there to have a meeting with somebody or even a couple of meetings, that's not necessary anymore. Everything can be online. So the fact that you're having a conference about that, what could be more important? The funding is online now. Everybody will tell you that it's all online now. And so SuperCrowd is the place that everyone should be to learn about this. This is a very educational event. People will be able to learn all about how it works, how do I get money, what do I have to do to get involved, what are some of the rules. My particular panel, the panel I moderate, is on crowdfunding exits, because everybody wants to know, how do I get my money back? And we're going to talk about, how you can go public when you finish, things like that. So that's a very important panel, and we've got some great panelists that are very knowledgeable in the area. So I think our panel will be very educational, and anyone would want to see it. And the whole conference is very educational.
We're excited to have you come. I mean, my gosh, it's just it's going to be a phenomenal event, and you've helped us organize. We've got one of the things that you really came through for us on was helping us plan and organize a great VIP reception the evening before we start the program in earnest on May 2nd. So on May 1st, wow, you got this swanky hotel, the Sanborn Hotel, and the Morel restaurant there. It's going to be fabulous, 5:30 to 7:30 that night before. I really I want to thank you for helping us get that set up. And not being a local, a native, I can't do those kinds of things well. You really came through for us. So thank you very, very much, Gene. And I want to just point out to the audience, again, reiterate that when Gene says he wants to help, he does. If you call Gene for help, he's going to hope you've got a budget. He's going to hope he can help you make some great videos, make thousands of dollars. But the reality is Gene's going to try and be helpful. And if he can only give you an hour or 30 minutes, he's the kind of guy that's going to do that. So I encourage you to reach out. So again, if you're watching this recording 6 months or a year from now, feel free to submit those questions using that question tool. We'll pass them along to Gene. Just be sure to tell us you're asking a question for Gene, and we'll pass it right along to him, and with any luck, he'll respond to you. So I think that's the kind of guy Gene is. Well, listen, our time is up. Gene, again, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing all of you at SuperCrowd LA. And by the way, if you can't be in LA, that event will also stream live on E360 TV. It will stream live on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. You can watch it, and there's no charge to watch the live stream on May 2nd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 11 a.m. No, that's noon to 8 p.m. on the East Coast. So tune in and watch that whole thing. So anyway, Gene, thanks again. We appreciate you being here. Great job today. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.